Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Lancer 101. After mentioning all sections of mech combat rules in Lancer, I think it's time for you to actually get ready for the RPG, by making a Lancer of your own. But first, I would like to recommend CompCon for making your life easier. CompCon is a free open source tool set for Lancer, and one of its primary uses, is building pilots and mechs. It is convenient. Just download it from the itch.io page, or go for the online version. Either way, links are below in the description. Anyway, let's get started. As with all character creation, you need a name and backstory. I'm going to set an example. My Lancer's name is Giorno Ramsey, born on planet
Dunkle Wälder, dunkler Flüssen, Schattenwelt.
a diasporan world, but everyone called it Bob because fuck that. Giorno Ramsey has a dream of being a master chef known throughout the known universe, but first, he required some experiences of actually being out of his world. So, he joined the auxiliary force of his home world, and became a soldier. It's most likely going to be a short tour that lasts a couple years. By the time he came out, he will have the experience, clout, and money for the best culinary college. What's the worst that could happen? It's not like a war will break out anytime soon. And then a war broke out.
Once again.
But even though he was sent to an active war, Giorno did not stop honing his cooking skill, despite the lack of suitable ingredients. Then one day, Giorno's squad managed to mission kill a mech out of sheer luck. The chassis was salvaged, and Giorno was chosen as its next pilot. Originally, he was a bit worried about being a giant target on the battlefront, but then he realized that being a damn good mech pilot could actually attract other things, like fame and influence. So, he did exactly just that, and hoped that by the time he ended his career as a Lancer, he could just waltz right into any culinary college to become a master chef, and maybe, stay alive too. So yeah, for background, you can pick one of the 20 set backgrounds, or roll a d20 dice because you couldn't pick one, or just make shit up like I did. But the background alone won't actually do anything besides role-playing. To put it to actual use, you need triggers. Triggers could be best described as things your Lancer is good at. It's a mix of many things, like skills, personality, and personal belief in proper usage of violence. They can also be rather specific. For example, apply fists to face is exactly that. You are good at applying fists to face. Unarmed melee brawl is a thing your character is good at. Assault, on the other hand, makes your character good at first-person shooter. They are entirely different things despite serving the same violence purpose. So, for a character at level 0, you can pick 4 triggers. For Giorno Ramsey, I will pick Charm, to present his charisma and speech skill, Invent or Create, for his cooking skill, Assault, because he's a soldier after all, and Show Off, for the JoJo pose. In every trigger I pick, I basically get a +2 bonus when I get to use the triggers for a scenario. For example, a mob boss kidnapped one of Giorno's fellow pilots, and Giorno wanted to save them by treating the boss to a dish so good, he will let them go. With the +2 bonus from Invent or Create trigger, this gives the d20 roll an increased chance to succeed. Never mind, time to roll for violence. There's one extra thing you need to know about trigger: they do nothing when you are fighting against a mech, in your own or on foot. So keep that in mind. Now, let's pick what your Lancer will be wearing. Pilot gears are basically equipment for your pilots that can be separated into weapons, hardsuits, and gears. So, weapons. A pilot can take up to 2 weapons of any types and any sizes, and you get 3 weapon types. Archaic weapons, 4 primitive weapons that are used more for their cultural and symbolic importance, alloy composite weapons, 4 melee weapons of a more civilized age, and signature weapons, 4 futuristic guns in preparation for upcoming violence. All you will get from this page is stats, and it's up to you to decide how your pilot weapons actually look and work like. For Giorno, he still preferred his standard issue knife and assault rifle. They are good, reliable, and workable. Onward to Hardsuits. Hardsuits are basically spacesuits of the future that are way less bulky and practical for any situations. As a reminder, this is your pilot stat when they aren't wearing their hardsuit. Picking a hardsuit could change or add to these stats. There are 5 types of hardsuits, and let me just say this quickly: this one is fast, this one is standard, this one is heavy, this one can fly, and this one can turn invisible. Giorno, just gonna take the standard issue hardsuits applied by his force, though he did decorate it with some charms of his own. Next up, gears. I'm not even going to describe what any of these do. Some gears are useful for combat, but most work only for role-playing scenarios, and as such their usefulness depends on how creative everyone in your group is. Anyway, for Giorno, he has sound systems, because where exactly do you think the music came from? Tertiary arm, because extra hands help in cooking, and extra rations, because he always make extra. When you level up as a pilot, you gain an additional point for trigger for each level up. You can either pick to improve one of your current triggers, or get a new one. And that's about it for pilot creation in Lancer. In the next episode, Giorno Ramsey is getting a mech. Until then, I will see you all next time.